And fall starts on Wednesday, and we're kicking it off the best way we know how with homemade apple dumplings. But first, she's been helping you set your table with food and memories for 27 years, and now Rosanna Bowles shares her mom's recipe for homemade apple dumplings next.
Let's have some dessert. Yeah, apple dumplings. And we've got a very special guest here who's going to show us how to make them. So you could make it tonight or tomorrow night. Rosanna Bowles is here, and she's an internationally known designer. And she's got this great cookbook and sort of a lifestyle book, I would say.
Yes, it's really a lifestyle book. It's a great read, I always say, besides the recipes. It's a guide for all of us to get back to more mindful living and to celebrating traditions, connecting with friends and loved ones, sharing traditions, and there's nothing more wonderful than sitting down at the table and sharing a recipe that was your mother's or your grandmother's. And so it's really all about that, getting back to what's important in life.
Okay, so to make the dough, would you like to make the dough first?
Let's make the dough. And this is something, I think, this was my mom's specialty, okay? So pie dough, everybody's scared to death about making pie dough. Are you?
No.
Oh, good.
I find it very easy because I buy it at the grocery store.
See? Okay, there we go.
It's quite flaky, I would like to point out.
And I wonder what's in it, like palm oil and cottonseed oil or something.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to make our own dough, and this is homemade dough made with butter and flour and just a tiny bit of shortening.
I should taste some of it.
I think
just
you need to
see.
taste it. It's really
I'm a good dough eater.
Good. And you can eat this one without worrying.
Yeah, that's really good.
This is not going to have any problems with E. coli.
Right. So to make that, you used
butter. We need 4 cups. Well, we used this particular
half a cup of butter.
Half a cup of butter. Actually, no. This is not. I'm sorry. It's. Can I give you my recipe?
Okay. Well, I noticed that the one that's in the book is doubled from the one that I think we're using.
This is the one we use is 4 cups of flour.
Well, let's go with this because this is what we're showing the viewers at home. Okay. So if they wanted to make more, they could.
Yes.
So what we've used is a half a cup of butter, 2 cups of flour.
Yes.
And let me see, was the salted butter, did that go in this too?
Yes, salted butter.
3/4 of a cup. And then are you using the shortening in this or with the apples?
The shortening goes in with the butter. The way we do, in with the, batter.
Okay.
When you make the crust, you make it in a Cuisinart or a food process, excuse me. So you just put the flour, the butter, the shortening, and the salt. Pulse it for a few minutes, and then add the cold ice water, and then it will come together in a wonderful ball.
1/2 of a cup, just a little bit at a time.
But be careful, don't overhandle it.
Okay.
And the main
thing to this point.
Is to this point, and look at how beautiful this is. You know, I mean, everybody. I even brought my mom's rolling pin.
Oh, I remember. We had one of those. Yeah.
This is like you know, probably 50, 60 years old,
and works just as well.
It is great. So I brought hers to use, which I was using the other day, but we can use this now. And also, I really love the old-fashioned stocking and pastry cloth. There are now all these silicone things out there. I don't like that. You want to hold that down?
Oh, yes, I would love to.
Granite's a little slippery.
Right.
We didn't have granite in those days.
Right. We take that for granite now.
It was
I'm sorry.
Old boy. We took it for granite.
Sorry.
Very good.
You know, one of the things, you know, we didn't have a lot of traditions in my family.
Yes.
And we moved quite a bit. But I noticed that I'm a single mother, but traditions have been very important to me. Like, I've already got my Halloween decorations up, and that's what kind of a gal you are.
Yes.
And why do you think that's so important for parents? Is because of all the daunting challenges we have?
I think what traditions do is they ground us.
Yeah.
You know, they give us a sense of history. They give us a sense of continuum. So when your child has children, then they're going to go, oh my gosh, I remember when my mom did this to me, and I remember the good times we had, and it's all good. You know, it's all getting back to what's important in life.
All right. Do you have a bowl to mix the
what we're going to do
4
first
gala apples?
Is we're going to make just one dumpling. I don't think we have time to make 4 dumplings. But I got these great gala apples locally, and I got a smaller size.
Do you want me to peel them?
Yes, you can peel them. And we don't let's use this for the...
And I have a great corer at home, you know, that just goes down the middle. You can
do that, but
yourself?
I like to do my own coring. I'll show you. And you don't have to be afraid to core it yourself.
All right.
It's just kind of almost like carving a pumpkin, almost.
Which you give great directions on, I must say. You know, I think there's a lot, you know, Haley's a new mom, and, you know, she might have questions about how to do that with your kids, because, you know, giving them a knife
Right. No, we don't want to give them a knife.
Okay.
But anyway, this.
Where would you like these?
No cutting.
Okay, no cutting.
What we're going to do, just a second here. We've got a little bit too many things here. Here, let me do this. So what we're going to do is cut down, and what you're going to is just carve, basically, like a little round circle.
All right.
Okay, and you're going to see the stem is going to just pop right out. There you go.
There you go. So,
and then the other side.
You're not cutting the seeds out and everything?
Well, I'm going to do that.
Oh, I'm just rushing you. Okay, I gotcha, girl.
There's a whole procedure here. This is very therapeutic for stress, you know.
Except if it doesn't come out right.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Now look, I want you to see this. See this?
Okay, yeah, got
All
that.
we have to do is just dig a little bit around in here.
Rosanna, a core would be so much easier.
I know, but I like
Come on,
this.
just use that. Just
Does it feel good? And this is organic, you know? I mean, we want to really be in touch with our food, okay?
All right, we better make this.
All right, let's make this thing.
Right.
Okay, now, one thing we want to do is this dough is obviously too big.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that it's going to come up and cover it.
Right.
So I'm really bad at math, so I couldn't figure out, you know, the square, you know, inches or whatever of this thing. So I'm just going to go by eye. So now you're going to take something that's really nummy. You're going to take brown sugar. Would you like to do this? And I know you like to taste.
You go ahead, because we're going to run out of time.
All right, fill it with the brown sugar.
And then some regular
sugar. And sprinkle around the edge of the dough.
Lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar. Now I want you to take some of that and just do it at your, whatever you want to. Sprinkle, that is cinnamon and nutmeg. Okay.
And then we need to bind it a little.
We're going to pat of butter. And don't worry about butter. Butter is good for you. It's better than cottonseed oil.
That's why our freezer, have you looked in our freezer?
It's full of butter.
Yeah, the Studio 6. We like butter, baby.
This is very organic, okay? This is not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be kind of funky and homemade, and it's supposed to be, you know, you're supposed to see that a human hand touched it. We're going to put this on the baking dish.
And how long will you bake it?
We're going to bake it for about, 35, 45 minutes, depending on your oven. That is not the...
it's not the one?
No, that's something else.
All right,
Okay, now we have to finish this, and then we're going to go eat.
All right, now, if you would like the recipe for these apple dumplings, of course you could buy the book, you know, or you could watch the video online at KOINstudio6.com. Now remember, we've halved the recipe, so, you know, you could even freeze the dough, couldn't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Freeze the dough. That's a big deal.
You can also call our hotline, 464-0861, and that
This
dumpling...
is what it looks like before. It looks like Mount Hood.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then afterwards, it looks like...
And it looks like Mount St. Helens.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
So great to
Rosanna,
be here.
I really appreciate your help.
Serve this with whipped cream and ice cream.
Oh, both.
Numb.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you. And I want you to sign the book. It's really a great book.
I have a gift for you. I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you. You're in O this month,
We're in
aren't
O
you?
this month.
Okay.
Yes. And here's your mug. This is a Rosanna mug.
Well, thank you very much. Jake, what is coming up?